Today I'm sharing another card project featuring the Altenew Keyhole die system. I love this system because it takes the guesswork out of where things go and it really does guide the process. I am going to tell you one hot tip though. Be careful where you put your coffee. It'll all make sense. To see this card project come together, stick around. It's coming up next. Here's a look at the die set that I'm going to be creating a card with today, and this is the Bearded Iris Layering die set from Altenew, and it is the Keyhole system. Again, this is my second Keyhole card, and I kind of love these because I like things spelled out for me. Plus, one thing that's really cool is, if I can get this up without bending it, there are even numbers, is that showing up there, on some of these die cuts to really help you figure out the order, and of course the keyholes help you with lining them up. So I did pre-cutting to save a little time, and I'll have all my colors linked in the description as well. This is all from Altenew, I believe. And let's speed up this part, shall we? Because we're just gonna be gluing. So let's go. Also, before we glue, I'm only doing one flower today because these blooms are so big that I don't think I could fit two on a card, and I'm only going to do a USA 2 size. So that's why we're focusing on just one bloom. So many false starts. I also want you to know that I'm going to be following this guide. That is another thing I really appreciate about Altenew products like this, where they are going to walk you through how this goes together. And so I wanted you to see that because I'm going to be having this right off to the side while I do my gluing. Also, I'm going to be ink blending on one of these pieces. I think I want, which one do I want to be the darker? Yes, I'm going to ink blend over this guy so that this appears a little bit darker because I didn't cut out specific colors. I'm making this harder than it has to be. Now let's build.
I thought instead of running some music, I would talk to you with my smooth podcast microphone. And here's one of the things I love about the Keyhole system. It just makes things go together so easily. I am not a botanist, right? I don't know flowers. I'm not an expert on these things. But these little keyholes, they're just so easy to line up. You glue and you look for the numbers on the die cut pieces. And that's what I think is so cool about this set is that there are numbers. So I'm using my liquid glue to build all of these pieces up, just lining up the keyholes. I'm not gluing the whole things because I like the idea that they're anchored in one basic place, but they can kind of flop around a little bit. And I think that's kind of cool because it'll make it seem, I don't know, more realistic in some way. Now, all of the cardstock I'm using today is from Altenew, and I will have everything linked in the description. I don't have the exact colors from the guide on the back, so I just picked the closest that I had. And that's what I think is so cool about the guide is you don't even have to do the same color family if you don't want to, but you can follow that guide to pick out your different shades of cardstock colors. Now we're building up our bearded, what is this, a bearded iris? Who knows? I don't know. My husband's the flower guy. I'm not the flower lady in this house. He is actually a big fan of flowers. He does all the gardening in the summer. He tends to orchids that barely look like they're ever going to bloom again. But I guess his thumb is greener than mine. And that's probably a good thing. I make better cards. I think I can say that. All right, we're putting on these little orangey parts. And is this like a pistil, a stamen type of thing? If you're a bearded iris dragon bearded expert, I have no idea what I'm talking about. I think that's clear. But whether I know the ins and outs or not, look at how easily this came together, and the flower is looking really good. Now this part covers up all of the mucky muck, and it's kind of cool because it's a little bit elevated too. It has some dimension. And then the piece that I ink blended will cover up the keyhole. And that, my friends, is how the keyhole flower comes together.
That is our finished bloom. Literally, as I finished doing this, I took a sip of coffee and bumped my elbow, and I just poured coffee all over my bloom. So I guess I guess I'll be redoing the bloom, and I think I'm gonna take a break. Okay, moving on. For my greeting, I thought it would be fun to try something that I have not used, but I've had this in my stash for a while, and it's the One Go solid sentiment strips, and this is a press plate with a coordinating die. Now you can also foil with this, but I think what I want to do here is just see if I can get a nice little collection of greetings in black and white. And so I will pick this up. Well, I guess I could have just done that. I'm not really sure what I'm doing yet. I don't use my Better Press very often, and I'm not even going to use fancy paper. Like, I'm not going to use the cotton textured paper. I think I'm just going to try it on this and see, which is Neenah Classic Crest in the 110 pound. I'm going to put it on all four corners. Okay, so now what do? You take this, and we're going to put the plate right in the smack doodly doo center. Okay, and I think I'm going to use Altenew Obsidian Pigment Ink. All right, so there's my Spellbinders machine, and I think I could come out just a little bit. I hate showing all the mucky muck on the side of my desk, but I like to give the illusion that everything is really pristine, but I think you all know that ship has sailed. So let's ink this up and see. I'm going to have to let this dry because, oh, yeah, okay. I think I'll just do a little twist and turn. But this ink is so dark that it's got to be good, right? I don't know how I'm going to clean it because I don't really have anything to clean this with. And I recently found out cleaning it with cleaning press plates with alcohol probably isn't a good idea, but I don't have any cleaner. I had some, and it exploded on my desk. Okay, so let's run it through and see what happens. One time only, nice and slow. And we'll see. Oh, that was a nice little pop there. Sorry about that. And bring you out. And let's see what it looks like. Hey, that looks really good. Oh my. Okay, that is literally like a perfect impression. Look at that. That looks great. Wow. Okay, I'm going to do my best to clean this up with some water, and then I will let this dry and go ahead and cut these out. I actually let this dry overnight. I took a break from filming, but you would have to let this dry anyway if you're using the Altenew Obsidian. However, now I guess all I do, let me look at it this way. Oh, I see. It's going to give a nice trim. Oh, yes, indeedy. That is a really smart design. Oh, that looks great. Let me just make sure it's all straight. I think that looks good. Let's cut it out and see what happens, because now I'm going to have a whole host of greetings. And I'll lift this up. Got my little magnet here to help lift it. And I hope these all cut. Oh, they sure did. Oh, look at that. Oh, I've got so many choices. Oh, that looks great. That's very cool. What a lovely, well, I guess they're all coming out, so I might as well just do this. And now I have all sorts of greetings that I can set aside for other projects. I can turn this into any type of card that I like. Oh, there's a little bit of little cut hairs there, which is fine. I'll just make sure that I don't include those on my card. That's very cool. All right, I'm going to pick one of these for the card. You can also trim your little greetings down to be whatever size you like, the ones that do not fill the full space. And then if you're worried about the edges looking a little whiter than what has been sealed in, I'm just going to take a pen and just ink on the sides. This is what I do for most of my sentiment strips, and it'll work just fine on here too. Just swipe the edge and swipe the edge. Swipe the edge. You can do this with your ink pad too. I just think it's easier to do it with an alcohol marker. And then no white is showing on the sides. I think that's really cute. I'll do both and then we'll figure out which one I want to use. Before I assemble my card, I'm going to take a couple colors here. Let's see, I don't think that one will be dark enough. I have wisteria and hydrangea. Oh, that's going to be better. And I just want to put a little spatter on, so I'm going to add a little water to both. We'll see if this one works. It might not, because this is a little, it's a little pale. So I think I'll just kind of swirl a little and then just tap a little on, because I think it will add something, but not too much, right? Just like that. I think that's good. All right, I'll let that dry, clean this up, and then we'll assemble the card. And now I'm going to, let's see, how do I want to do that? I want to glue this leaf onto the front of the stem like that. And I'll just hold that a little right about there, because this is actually, I'm going to layer it behind the leaf or the bloom. And let's see here. So we'll just go like that. But I want it to be covering the stem. And then this one, I think, we'll probably just do maybe like, I could come down a little. But I like the idea that it would be behind as well, or in front of the stem, because I'm going to trim this off. So let's see here. A little liquid glue, come underneath so I don't have to manipulate it as much, and sandwich you right in there. I'll just hold that for now. I like this arrangement. I like that this can follow the spatter pattern. So I think what I will do is I'm going to add some strategic glue to the back in places where it needs to be to hold this into place. You don't need a ton because this glue really will hold things beautifully, but just enough so that all the key places have something. Oh, I guess I didn't need to go that far down because I am going to trim this off. But then, where are my tweezers? Kind of want to see what I'm doing before I drop it. All right, we'll hold that there. We'll place this just so that I can trim off that little overlap together. And we'll just pop that down. And see, this will have nice dimension because these are not glued. Let's see here. You could go under there like that. There we go. All right, let me let that adhere for a second. Now, sometimes I'm not great with scissors, and sometimes I just like to use little trimmers to cut off the edges of things like that. Well, you know what though, Cathy? You can use scissors. Let's just do it. We're gonna scissor it up. There we go. I don't need paper trimmers for everything, but that looks great. And now I'll take the little backers off the back here. I just have some foam squares that I've cut in half. And we'll place the greeting. I will add a little liquid glue to the foam squares just so I have that little bit of float time before I commit to my placement. And I think just coming in with that little bit of overlap on the leaf, I think that looks nice. And I'll bring in a ruler very quickly just to make sure that I am straight. There we go. Yeah, that looks good. I think. Are we pressed on it? Yep. Like that. All right, I'll add just a few embellishments. I think just these simple satin gold pearl dots would look really pretty, so I will start at the bottom. The nice thing about these two, if you decide, yeah, I don't really love the look of that, just gently place them, and if you don't want to use them, you can just pick them back up and put them on the sheet. I've done that so many times with enamel dots that are self-adhesive. But here, I can just sort of go up the path like this, kind of create, let's see here, one there. And then I can go back to the smaller one here and put one more little one right in there. I actually think that's really cute, just to kind of create a trail coming up through the flower. Get that a little closer here, like that. Maybe this needs to be in there. Pick that up like that and that. Actually, sometimes I just don't space them out. So here we'll put you there for now. You're there, and you can come. Oh, come here. So you just kind of slide it until you get it how you like it. That has a nice little flow, and then press. And that's my finished card project using the Keyhole dies to create a beautiful bloom. Now, of course, you can make other things with the other flower. I just wanted to keep this really simple today, but I love how it has all the detail. And again, I didn't do any ink blending on my die cuts. You certainly could, because that would definitely step it up, but I just love the look of how this flower just seems like it's gently laid onto the card panel. And this card project is ready to send. Let's do a quick design review of things that are happening here. What we have is we have a color theme, right? We're working in monochromes using the tones of purple. We have little spatters that are also in the purple, and that is repetition. We are repeating some of the tones from the florals in the background as well. We have a nice bit of open space surrounding this beautiful bloom. And we also have a little trail, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of our embellishments. They are an odd number and they have a visual connection to the little subgreeting as well. The I Miss You has the white type, which really isn't white, it's just the absence of ink. And that also picks up the white panel background here of the note card, so more repetition. Hopefully the design recap is helpful, and I will be sure to work to include those in every card video going forward. In the end, the card turned out just fine, but I have learned a lesson. Keep the coffee over on the hot plate. To see another card project featuring the Keyhole system, check out the video I have linked right here, and I will see you over there. Also, I'd love to have you become a subscriber, so hit that subscribe button, and I will see you back here with another card project soon.